All right, it is just before 12. We just arrived parking on the same parking deck because why not? And on the way down, I prepped some comics. Oh, bang that. I prepped some comics. I think I got about 25 copies in here. I, I think I've given out 60. If I give these out, I'm about halfway through the whole stock. I don't know if I'll have time to come and reload today, but I'll definitely have more tomorrow. Filming me? Yeah. Ah! Here he is, Saturday, day 4. Definitely seems a little more busy than the last couple days, which makes sense because Saturday is like the big day. But luckily, we're coming in close to 12. If this was like 9, it would be even worse. All right. Remembered to go to the bathroom this time first, and now I'm just sort of seeing the chaos out here. Today is usually the best day to see cosplay, too. Sometimes they're out front, and then there's the big costume ball at night, but just wandering around, you see the most. And more out here than on the show floor because some of the costumes are difficult to walk around in. So I think I'm here with Tech Advisor Erzuki, and I think we're going to head over to Artist Alley first thing. Nice, Spider Punk. Awesome. Maleficent, very nice. I have not been feeling super healthy today, so I'm going to try to make better food choices, but it's easier said than done when you're out and about. I didn't notice this big South Park thing before. I guess uh, they're saying it's back. South Park's done a lot of interesting things where they've like released movies and miniseries that don't count as seasons and sold it to multiple streaming services, and now they have this deal with I think Paramount, who they just took a big dump on, but if Paramount doesn't air it, then they still owe the money, and it's I don't know. Whatever you think of what they say or do, like they definitely are disruptors, which is appreciated. I see something really awesome over here. Talking about cosplay, I see a Superman holding up a Daily Planet. Sometimes I try to avoid hitting people, and I'll just stop, and then they just smash into me like I'm a tree. So it's hard to know the best thing to do. Oh, a Lord Draken. That's cool. Awesome. We made it. Artist Alley. It's very busy here, which is nice. It's very nice that the artists are getting some love. Oh, look, there's Rob Liefeld just hanging out in Artist Alley. I don't know if you could even see him. There he is. There's Rob. He's got a big line. I guess he's technically not in Artist Alley. He's sort of back there. Right. Artist Alley ended up being a bit of a madhouse, and we decided we didn't want to have to carry a bunch of art and prints all day, so we're going to go back there. Now we're just looking over at Funko, just for the Funko of it. Pop. Interested to check out Mondo. Mondo's got a lot of stuff that I don't buy but want. This is a cool, like, oh, it's a Skeletor Disco variant. Like, a lot of these figures are awesome. They're just so huge and expensive. Look at this. Oh, they got Lukey, Swiftwind. Yeah, these are, wow. Oh, that's a nice smile on her face. It's a good portrait. Damn, these are nice. If these are going head to head with the Mattel stuff, well, I guess it's a price difference, but I mean, these are definitely nicer. Well, these are nicer. Mattel is cheaper, more available, and I guess looking more like the cartoon toys. Yeah, I have zero regrets about ordering these. They are gorgeous. I have slight regrets about not getting the Boogeyman. Oh yeah, I love the way they did the Neutrona beams. It's just, I'm happy. I love the bright color on Egon. Yeah, they're great. And even though I didn't get the big ghosts, all these little ones I have, so that's nice. From the Godzilla stuff, I'm safe from these just because they're so big. They're gorgeous, though. These are all very nice. Right now I'm sticking with Ghostbusters. Mondo. We're kind of in the area with a lot of like designer toys and blind boxes and things like that. But there was more Artist Alley stuff too. It's mayhem today. It is mayhem today. Big a fan of big deluxe booths that are immersive and stuff. Like I'm not even an Airbender fan, but I am a fan of that booth. And there's always a huge line at the Nickelodeon. Once or twice I've tried to go because of turtle stuff, but failed. Stern Pinball has a presence here. I don't know if I've ever seen them here before, other than an occasional machine or two. The two Godzilla machines I was looking at before were over by, I think, IDW. This is like their own thing. And some kind of awesome Gundam setup. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a fun place to stand around and be from the future. So not a healthy choice, but for $15, I got this little teeny gross pizza. All right, had a little bit of lunch. I mean, I guess that was a good idea. Not feeling healthy, but after one, and all I had to eat all day was this healthy Pop-Tart thing. I'm heading over back to where the Tosh Nation's Godzilla booth is. I think I've got 25 copies of the comic that I've been carrying around all day, and I want to give them away. Also, so I could reload and do it again later. Oh, on the way, here's the nacelle booth. I was here the other day and had a good experience. One of the things they're promoting is biker mice from Mars. That's hard to say. One of the things they're promoting is biker mice from Mars, which is not something I personally was a gigantic fan of, but they got a cool cosplay. They got Rob Paulson over here. He was one of the voice actors. I am a fan of him as a voice actor. It's wild that he doesn't have a line there. If he was there for Animaniacs or Ninja Turtles, he would be mobbed. But yeah, becoming a fan of that company, especially the way they're in the booth. It's well done. Godzilla booth, they have the co-director of Shin Godzilla doing a signing over here. I knew they were doing one at Super 7. I didn't realize they were doing one here. I don't know that I'll be able to get over there. I also don't know what I have to have to sign. I think you may have to buy something. Look at them over there. But I'm giving away my comics at the same time. So it's like behind this pink thing is one of the crazy things. I don't remember what they're called, but from the Fifth Element. How nuts is that? That is fantastic. That is beautiful. I see the Atari booth the other day. Tech Advisor Azuki had a reservation for Pop Mart, which is the bigger company for Labubu, kind of like Funko Pop, but if there was a specific brand that in it you wanted. But even with her reservation, many of them are sold out. So she's getting a few things. But the artists over here, this is the artist of one of the exclusives, and they're signing. So that's making it blast out sooner than would have normally blasted out. But we're still doing it. We're still doing the Pop Mart. Saying I don't know if I even noticed this Atari booth the other day, or maybe I was just in too much of a hurry. Looks some kind of retro Atari branded system. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is an interesting idea. Deadpool makes sense too. Yeah, that is super sweet. The lights really sell it. It's really cool. It's like the whole timeline. As much as I work digital, I love looking at old school inks. It's so cool. Oh yeah. This is a really cool display. I think this is Landspeeder Luke, or at least his representatives. They got a lot of custom stuff they do. Heads, dioramas, everything. This is when I'm a millionaire and have all the room in the world. This is what I want for every one of my collections. Realized day 4, Saturday, this might be the first time I've gone upstairs. I never even went and got my bag and lanyard and stuff. Here's the sales pavilion. This is where you can get autograph tickets. This is where people take their pictures in front of the Comic-Con wall. This is where a lot of the celebrity signings are. This is where a folio review is. This is where you pick up your bag. This is where a lot of stuff is that I usually do every year, or at least up until a couple of years ago, that I now am rarely involved with.
So it's kind of why I got into trouble a few times at Marvel because I was just so used to having such freedom. So right. So I know it's all freedom.
So, but there's a certain nobility to Battle Beast that.
So just finished up going to an image panel, Artists Unleashed, that had Ryan Otley, Daniel Warren Johnson, and 3 other artists whose names escape me but are equally well good. It was equal parts inspiring and depressing, as a lot of high quality art stuff that I consume has been my entire life. And now I'm online for Starbucks, which I wanted an hour and a half ago, but it looks like it's going to be an hour and a half till I get it. And I'm not sure if this is a waste of time or not. It probably is, but I'm tired. So we've been in Artist Alley for a while. I haven't been filming because it's jam packed. I can barely walk, which is great for all the artists, but not great for filming and carrying things. There's a cool booth. I see it here every year. I see it at other shows too. It's got a lot of cool Godzilla, Ultraman stuff. This booth, her and Laura Zombie probably have the most art in our house. And I think this is the first year they have a double booth, so expansion. These Scooby figures are awesome, and people have been excited about them since last year. I don't plan on getting them, but this one, and especially this one, like if I can find a way to just one-off put it in another collection somehow, I might. We're in the Gundam booth. I loved it. I pointed at this the other day. It's just like a futuristic thing. I'm not a big Gundam person, but I like appreciate it. I like when people are into Gundam. I like the aesthetic. It's just fun. But I don't like building models, and I've not seen any of the anime. So it's I'm a fan of the idea that Gundam exists. All right, they did the Rob Zombie monsters, and I did not care. But these traditional monsters might be part of the holiday decorations every October from now on. Damn. 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 All right, and I think that's going to be it for today. We did one panel, a lot of show floor, all of Artist Alley, a few other things. Bought stuff. I bought a comic, so that's good. So out of 3 days, I bought 4 comics, but one day I did not buy comics. There's a burp, and it's time to go. And it wouldn't be Comic-Con if we didn't have a bunch of people telling us that we need to go to Jesus. The Ghostbusters are coming to take care of the werewolf. I mean, that's not their usual line, but... All right, so this is fake tuna and kale chips. I found a gluten-free vegan restaurant that's pretty fancy. Nice ambiance. So we went out to eat at that little restaurant, which was interesting because it was... and just to be gluten-free and vegan, it was raw, so nothing was cooked. So like Tegabaya's Rizuki got this sort of fake spaghetti stuff, but it was cold, and like they had a fake Twix, which was delicious. They had fake tuna, which I liked, but it was mixed with a lot of other ingredients like pickles and things, which was like, okay, I guess. And then the whole thing was wrapped in this like coconut wrap, which was sweet, which I didn't like. So I ended up kind of eating it as a salad out of it. So it was cute though. I would go again if we were local, but we're not. It was also expensive. Now we are at our hotel. We're staying for one night. And it's a hotel that we haven't stayed at since before we lived down here and could drive here. So it's a little nostalgic. It's this, I forget what it's called, Best Western Island Palms or something. And you can see they're happy about the Comic-Con people. Yeah, we stayed here back before we had a kid and we lived in the Bay Area. It's weird to be coming back here as parents that drove here. It's a whole different thing. We were talking about maybe going to see the Fantastic Four movie today because it came out this weekend. And it's only 8 o'clock and we're like, oh, should we go back to the con? And there's still stuff going on, like a little bit of programming, but it'd be like, we have to drive over there, park, pay again, walk, or we have to get the bus. And like, I don't know. And she's like, well, or we could just go see Fantastic Four. And I'm like, that feels like a Comic-Con thing to do. It's after midnight. I'm exhausted. I got up 6-something today. Comic-Con rolls on and got these 3 YOLO Park AMKs. These are technically model kits, but they're painted. They're basically Build-A-Figures. You click them together and you've got a figure. And these were really inexpensive for what they are. They have a more advanced set that has like metal and lights. These are just plastic, but they had a deal to get 3, so I was like, all right, I'll get the deal. The other thing I got was a comic. I talked about this, the Godzilla Stern artwork that's on the pinball machine, but then inside is the 70th anniversary, I believe. So that's the big things I bought. So tired, but we went to see Fantastic Four as a fun little after party thing, which I don't regret, but we'll definitely be sleeping in a little bit tomorrow instead of breaking up crack of dawn to try to get there ASAP, which is fine. And good night.